Chapter 10. Hello, lucky winners. It's no good just talking like a dad. You have to dress like one too. So on Monday night, I had a look in his wardrobe. Dad wears the same jeans every day, except Sunday, even though he owns 4 pairs. One pair was too tight on the waist, and one from when he was trying to wear more interesting colours. They were an unusual shade of custard. They would have been a good buy for a chameleon planning to hide in a trifle. I knew Dad wouldn't miss them, so I took them along with Talk to Your Teen and stuck them in a special waterproof outdoor activities backpack Mum bought me, thinking that I was going to the lakes. At 7:20 on Tuesday morning, I texted Florida, "Limo's here." 10 minutes later, she was knocking at the door. "Where's this limo then?" she hissed. I knew you were making it up. "Hello, Florida," said Dad. "Are you going on this trip too, then?" "Yes, Mr. Digby." "I'm cooking some bacon," said Dad. "Do you want a bit while you're waiting for the minibus?" "Minibus?" said Florida, glaring at me. But just as she did, the transport arrived. It slid round the corner like a glossy shark, a long black limo. "Blimey," Dad whistled. "School geography chips have changed a bit since my day." "It's not a geography chip," said Mum. "It's for gifted and talented pupils. Didn't you read the letter?" "Yeah, but I just didn't know he was that gifted or that talented. I didn't know Florida was gifted at all." Florida snarled. Mum said, "Of course she's talented. Don't you remember? She was Sophie in The Big Friendly Giant. She remembered all her lines. What's that smell?" "Oh," said Dad, "my bacon," and he ran back into the kitchen. A man was getting out of the limo now and opening the back passenger door. People up and down the street were looking out of their front doors and peeping out from behind their curtains. Florida said, "Let's go." I said, "Yeah," and I kissed my mum and shouted goodbye to my dad. Then we climbed into the back of the limo. I looked back for a second at my mum and Dad in the doorway, with bacon smoke blowing out of the front door from behind them and the smoke alarm blasting away. Mum shouted, "Look after him, Florida." And I said, "See you." I didn't think then that maybe I wouldn't see them again, and that might be my last sight of them. I've thought about it since, though. It wasn't some hen night stretch limo, by the way. It was a nice black Audi Quattro. There was a really polite sat-nav. Dad's sat-nav just goes left, right, stop, and it sounds like an alien stormtrooper who has hijacked your car. This one had a fluty girl's voice, and it said please and thank you. The driver had a special cap and grey uniform. His name was Barney. There were 2 big paper bags on the back seat. "Goodie bags," said Barney. "Just like at the Oscars, eh?" If limo had had a magical effect on Florida, you should have seen what Oscars did. Apparently, when celebrities go to the Oscars, or whatever, they're all given a bag full of complimentary products. Today, as Florida very quickly pointed out, we were the celebrities. She leaned back in her seat and looked out at the streets we were leaving behind. "I wonder," she said, "what the ordinary people were doing today." Then she started rooting around in her goodie bag. She found a brand new 4th generation Drax communication phone, a Draxcom watch, Draxcom sunglasses, and a Draxcom t-shirt, a box of chocolates with the Draxcom logo on the front, and a little pink game maiden, which is like a girly Game Boy made by Draxcom. I got the phone in my goodie bag too. It was pretty cosmic. It had Draxworld on it and DraxCall, which lets you use bits of video instead of a ringtone. Florida made a video ringtone of a crowd of people in a studio, all clapping and cheering and calling her name, as though she was a guest on a chat show. The rest of the grown-ups goodie bag was different though. Instead of chocolate and stuff, I got a voucher hire for a car hire company, a little book about golf courses, and a thing like a blue credit card that helped you work out your stress levels. Mine said, "Relaxed." The sat-nav said, "Now, as we cruise along the bypass, let's take a moment to listen to a message from your host, Dr. Drax. Hello, lucky winners. I cannot wait to see you all at our secret headquarters, and I hope you're having a comfortable journey. I ran this competition for fathers because I believe that fathers have a lot to give. My father, for instance, gave me the Drax Communications Company for my 12th birthday. Bye for now, and see you at a secret location very soon." It turned out that even though Florida knew the names of every single person who had ever been on a reality TV show, she had never even heard of Dina Drax. How can you not have heard of Dina Drax? You've got Drax World on your phone. I just didn't know Drax was a person. I thought it was a word like phone or Mercedes. Mercedes is a person. She was the daughter of the man who designed the car. Never heard of her either. She's not a celebrity, is she? Otherwise she'd be in the magazines, wouldn't she? Lots of people are famous who are not in your magazines. Like who? I made a list. It was completely amazing how many very famous people Florida had never heard of. For instance, Rob Pardo, Jeff Kaplan, and Tom Chilton. She'd never heard of them, even though they invented World of Warcraft and revolutionized online game playing. Tolkien, cosmic author of Lord of the Rings. No, she got confused between Buzz Aldrin, second man on the moon, and Buzz Lightyear, a toy. She recognized Hitler's second name, but she thought his first name was Heil. Barney gave a little snort when he heard that. Florida snapped, "Excuse me, what are you laughing?" But she didn't finish her sentence. She just said, "Wow." We had just driven into a field, and there, on the grass, where you might expect to see a cow, was a big red aeroplane. "That," said Florida, "is a Learjet, as flown by John Travolta." Barney smiled. "You may not know much about world leaders of the 20th century, but you're definitely up to date with celebrity transport." "Whose is it?" said Florida. "For today," said Barney, "it's yours." I did think that going on a plane might make Florida suspicious about just where Infinity Park was. But she was so thrilled by the celebrityness of it all that she forgot to wonder where it was going to take her. In fact, before the car had even stopped, she was somehow standing on the steps of the plane. I said thank you for the lift and tried to make myself look as dadly as possible. I grabbed a newspaper out of the seat pocket and stuck it under my arm and brushed my hair forward. I definitely felt older. When I got near to Florida, she spread out her arms and grinned at me. I couldn't figure out what she was doing, but then she hissed, "Photos. Take photos with your phone. It's what dads do." My dad doesn't. Well, my dad does. He's like my own personal paparazzi. Paparazzo. Paparazzi's when there's more than one. And he doesn't correct everything I say either.